Polly's scream woke me up in the middle of the night. I jumped out of bed as if on command and went to check on him. He was shaking in one of his successive seizures. "Mom!" I yelled through the open door. "Get the candles! Now!" I leaned over Polly and grabbed his body to keep him from banging his head against the wall. The sounds he made were a sure sign he hadn't swallowed his tongue. Yet. Mom burst into the room with a fully stocked candlestick, and in the red moonlight creeping through the curtains, I saw her break 2 matchsticks with trembling hands before she lit the third. "Ulf! Ulf! Ulf!" Polly screamed the word over and over until he choked on it. "Quick! Hold his head!" I yelled at Mother. In her panic, she nearly knocked the candlestick over. She managed to place it on the bedside table, then grabbed Polly's head as I opened his jaw. "I'll get the stick," Mother remembered at the last moment, but I shook my head. "No time." I stuck my thumb and forefinger in Polly's mouth, risking them staying there. At this point, I was least concerned about my fingers, and most about Polly staying alive. My little brother's teeth rushed to lock, but I managed to hold him back with my other hand. I felt the curved tongue in his throat and pulled. Polly took a deep, jerky breath, still shuddering. "Hold the candles over him!" I yelled at Mom. She lifted the candlestick above his head and shone it on his pale, sweaty face. The barcode on his forehead swallowed the candlelight and seemed to glow. "Shh, Polly, calm down. Lynn's here. It's all right. Mommy's here, too. Calm down, Polly." After a minute or two, the combination of talking and caressing finally had an effect, and Polly stopped shaking. He looked at me as if now realizing what had happened. Then he burst into tears and turned his gaze to Mother, hoping for a hug. Mother pressed him tightly to her chest. "It's all right, Polly. One of the weak ones." She and I shared a look. "It's over now." But Polly shook his head and continued to cry. I dreamed of you," he said to me. "I dreamt you were going away from me." Mom and I shared another look, more worried than before. "Shh, Polly." I bent down and stroked his little head. "You know I'll never go away from you." But Polly didn't believe me. He cried until he fell asleep in Mother's arms. She waited a while to make sure Polly was in his deepest stage of sleep, then cast a frightened glance at the curtain. "They are red." "You can't be sure. Might be just the one," I said, more certain than I was. I was afraid to pull the curtain, but Mother nodded me to do it, and I obeyed. Billions of stars twinkled in the black rectangle of the frame, and in the middle, like 2 eerie eyes, the blood-red moons stared at me. I bit my lip and turned my head to Mother. She was shaking in silent sobs, Polly pressed against her body, her hand covering the barcode on his forehead, as if that would save him. I leaned and kissed her on the head. "I'll keep an eye on him. You need to sleep. It's always a long day." It was true. 2 tax day was the longest of the year.